Good morning, traders, and welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Monday, December 1st. Okay, let's take a look at the action. Let's take a look at the S&Ps and see where we're at this morning. They've been lower all morning long. I haven't really seen any positive signs of strength this morning. We're now down kind of near session lows. We're down 0.72%, almost 1%. So 0.7% doesn't not get me excited for an up day today. But it is a return from Thanksgiving holiday, and volatility is typically normal around this period. One of the things that's really sliding off the charts right now is crypto. Crypto, stocks and cryptocurrencies continue to weaken. The market's appetite for digital currencies it's weakening. There's no fundamental basis behind crypto the way it trades, but right now we're definitely continuing to see weakness in that sector. President Trump's out there saying he's made a decision. He knows who's going to be the next Fed chairman. He hasn't said on who is going to be. Kevin Hassett is supposedly the lead there. We'll see what happens in the coming weeks, because he'll probably announce it later this month. Ukraine and Russia, those peace talks, they're continuing. U.S. representatives are scheduled to meet with Russian officials this week. That's causing some weakness in the defense sector. Markets continue to watch this military buildup surrounding Venezuela. Something could happen later this month, and that situation could escalate. We're keeping an eye on it. Retail stocks remain in focus. Remember, today's Cyber Monday. It's a big sales event. On the earnings front, CRDO and MDB, they're scheduled to release after the bell today. And then tomorrow morning, we're going to get the UNFI, United Foods, and SIG, the retailer, are scheduled to release earnings tomorrow morning. Okay, let's take a look at the markets, and let's take a look at what's going on in Europe. And we get the DAX down 1.52%. Defense stocks, they're moving lower. The FTSE's down 21 points, or 0.21%. Industrial stocks, real estate sector, they're kind of underperforming. The CAC in Paris is down 64 points roughly. That's about 0.75%. The weakness is in the aerospace and defense stocks because of, a possible peace deal that's in play between Ukraine and Russia. Then we're taking a look last night, and we're taking a look at Asia, and we saw, the Nikkei fell 1.89%. And now that's not indicative of the entire Asian markets, but they fell mainly because, there's going to be a BOJ meeting, Bank of Japan meeting later this month, and they look like they're going to increase interest rates, and elevated interest rates in Japan is not something that they're used to. So, those markets are seeing some weakness, and it's mainly due to the expectation of a rate hike. In Hong Kong, stocks finished higher, 174 points, or 0.67%. Got gains in property stocks. China, the Shanghai, finished higher by 25 points at 0.65%. Positive action in tech stocks. That November manufacturing PMI came in under 50. 50 is the baseline. It came in at 49.2, which shows contraction. That is only elevating the expectations of stimulus action. And remember, later this month, there's a Central Economic Work Conference going on, and there could be some stimulus announcements at that event. So Shanghai Composite did finish higher overnight. Then we're taking a look at oil. And oil is moving higher this morning. We got Brent trading up at $59. Brent's trading at $62.93. WTI's at $59.11. Both are up about 0.9%. Yesterday we had that OPEC meeting where the group announced that they're going to halt production increases in the first quarter, Jan, Feb, March of 2026, mainly because they know we're in an oversupply situation. They don't want to make it worse. And then you get the military buildup around Venezuela. Venezuela has huge oil reserves, but they're not a major producer. So, while they could cause a big spike in oil prices, I would think it would start to fade quickly if military action is taken there. Because, where the U.S. produces 13 million barrels a day, Venezuela is like 1 million. So it's not huge, and the market can't absorb it. But that's what I have for you in terms of a morning market update. Okay, let's take a look at the earnings action. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow morning, because tomorrow morning we got United Foods International, that's ticker UNFI. Their EPS is 39 cents, and the expected move here is 17.57%. Then you get Signet Jewelers, ticker SIG, Sam India Grace. Their EPS is 16 cents, and the expected move is 13.24%. Moving on to economic events going on today. The big one really is ISM Manufacturing Index. It's due out at 10 a.m. I think construction spending for Nov will also be released at 10 a.m. Those are the key ones that are on the docket for today. In terms of, the markets, let's take a quick peek and see what's happening in the market. I got 10 higher and I got 20 lower in the Dow. That's not great. All my FANG stocks are trading lower, so that indicates a weak opening. In terms of news hitting the tape, you got Amazon and Google launched a multi-cloud service for faster connectivity. Google, they're dropping their EU antitrust complaint against Microsoft. Meta, Russia's watchdog, is threatening to ban Meta's WhatsApp. I don't think that's really too much of an issue for them, but the stock is down about 1.5% this morning. In terms of Dow Jones 30 stocks, we're going to talk about, Johnson & Johnson, Lilly, the U.S. makers are kind of positive. I mean, the U.S. and the U.K., are expected to agree on a zero tariff for a pharmaceutical deal sometime this week. So you get the European pharmaceutical manufacturers, you get the U.S. pharmaceutical manufacturers. It's kind of good news for both. United Healthcare, UNH, they're going to sell their South American business for $1 billion. It looks like CVX, Charlie Victor X-ray, moving higher on OPEC's decision and the military buildup surrounding Venezuela. Okay, let's move on to the stock of the day. There's not much happening in the markets today, but for my pick today, I'm going to go with Pure Storage, PSTG, Paul, Sam, Tom, Grace. Earnings are tomorrow afternoon. The EPS is 25 cents, and the expected move is 14.78%. I do think we have an opportunity here because I do think we're going to see some weakness. So I do think the stock will get a little weaker, but it's going to bounce back tomorrow morning. The major brokers are very positive on the stock. They're raising price targets. And you look at, Pure Storage this morning, and the stock is trading slightly lower. It's trading $88.11. For me, I want to get in 87.40, give or take 40 cents. That's kind of my sweet spot, 87.40. So if the stock gets there, that's where I'm looking. That's when I'll be really watching the stock. But that's my pick of the day: Pure Storage, ticker PSTG. Paul, Sam, Tom, Grace. Okay, let's take a look and see what's moving this morning in the markets. Innovative Eyewear announces a retail partnership with Smart Buy Glasses. LUCY, Lucy. NVIDIA invests $2 billion in SNPS. Sam, Nancy, Paul, Sam. It's a strategic partnership. Airbus found quality issues on some A320 panels. Yeah, they pulled a lot of the Boeing plane, the Airbus planes out of service yesterday due to a software upgrade that needed to be done. Caused some travel delays along with the bad weather. Goldman Sachs to acquire Innovator Capital Management. Paying $2 billion for that ETF issuer. Rick's Hospitality, RICK, their CEO and CFO are stepping down from their roles. They're going to continue to advise, which I guess is good, but I don't like it when two of the key management positions both step down at the same time. BLTE, Boy, Larry, Tom, Edward, they met their efficiency endpoint in the Phase 3 trial. Stocks trading higher. Starbucks, SBUX, Starbucks workers union expand their strike to 120 total stores. Tesla saw in November registrations in France, Denmark, and Sweden, cut in half from last year. Apple trying to stall India's antitrust case by challenging a penalty law, according to the watchdog. Disney's Zootopia 2 won the box office this weekend. That's all I'm seeing this morning. Okay, now we're going to move on to, our stock pick of the day on Friday, which was SanDisk, ticker SNDK. Listen, stock opened up at 225.25. Then it rallied up to 237.77. So the 1% was there. It fell apart afterwards because now it's added to the S&P 500. It was being added on Friday, so there was some, opportunity there, and definitely, that 1% was there. But it was one of those trades that you don't want to stay in too long because, that event was, causing the stock to shoot up, initially, but it was never going to hold. Stocks are a little lower this morning, but SNDK came through on Friday. All right, traders, listen, that's it for today, Monday, December 1st. You guys know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green.